The story of the talkative disciple asterisk. In a serene village, nestled amidst lush greenery, stood a grand hermitage. This was the home of Gautam Buddha, a revered Buddhist monk, who attracted numerous disciples seeking wisdom and enlightenment. Among these disciples, there was one who stood out for a peculiar reason: his incessant chatter. This talkative disciple had a habit of speaking without pause. He would wander through the village, collecting donations, and from each house, he would bring back stories, sharing them enthusiastically with his fellow disciples. However, his stories were not always innocent. He indulged in gossip, backbiting, and often tried to appear by belittling others. He constantly praised himself, asserting that he was the most intelligent and deserving disciple. He claimed that, coming from a wealthy family, he had sacrificed a life of comfort to pursue truth and self-discovery, thereby considering his sacrifice greater than anyone else's. One day, Gautam Buddha gathered all his disciples and announced, "Each of you must make a resolution for the next month. This will strengthen your determination and imbue you with self-power. Choose a resolution that suits your ability. And remember, if you break it before the month ends, you will return to your old routine." Each disciple contemplated and then shared their resolutions with the monk, choosing commitments that varied in difficulty according to their strengths and weaknesses. The talkative disciple, eager to prove his superiority, approached the monk directly. "Master," he said, "I do not wish to take a small resolution. I want a grand and significant resolution, one that matches my abilities. Please tell me what resolution I should take." Gautam Buddha smiled and responded, "Are you sure you can fulfill any resolution given to you?" "It might be too challenging." Confident and slightly arrogant, the disciple replied, "Yes, master. Whatever resolution you give me, I will fulfill it." The monk then said, "Very well. Your resolution is to remain silent for the next month. Not a single word should escape your lips." The disciple, initially dismissive, thought this task would be easy. "Master, is this even a resolution?" "Remaining silent for a month is simple. Give me a challenge worthy of my capabilities." The monk replied, "First, fulfill this resolution and show me your resolve." Accepting the challenge, the disciple began his month of silence. The first day passed smoothly, but by the second day, the weight of his silence began to grow. By the third day, he felt a heavy burden on his mind. And by the fourth day, uneasiness and discomfort set in. The other disciples continued their conversations, and the talkative disciple struggled, yearning to join in. His resolution, however, restrained him.
A few more days passed, and the disciple's condition worsened. His head throbbed, and he lost his appetite. Desperate to speak, he wrote a message to the monk. "Master, I cannot bear this silence. It feels like I am suffocating. What should I do? Should I break my resolution?" Gautam Buddha, upon reading this, smiled and said, "Resolutions are meant to test your strength. Breaking it is your choice, but remember, fulfilling it will increase your inner power. Many disciples have broken their resolutions and returned to their old ways. If you cannot handle this small task, how will you manage life's greater challenges? The decision is yours." Deeply affected by these words, the disciple returned to his hut, determined to continue. He confined himself, only emerging for essential tasks. As days turned into weeks, he persisted, while many other disciples abandoned their resolutions. By the 15th day, he had not uttered a single word, astonishing the entire hermitage with his sudden silence. Seeking guidance, he again approached the monk with a written message. "Master, I am outwardly silent, but my mind is filled with noise. Thoughts and questions swirl inside me. Is my resolution still valid?" The monk replied, "Yes, your resolution is ongoing. However, as long as you hear these inner voices, your mind remains unsettled. You must distance yourself from these distractions." The disciple thanked the monk and decided to seek solitude in the forest. He hoped the peace of the wilderness would quiet his mind. Days turned into weeks, and the month of resolution ended. Yet the disciple did not return. Concern grew among the hermitage, with fears that a wild animal might have harmed him. Despite efforts to find him, he remained missing. One day another disciple asked the monk, "Master, what do you think happened to our talkative friend? Could the animals have killed him?" The monk replied, "It is possible. But there might be another reason for his absence. Perhaps he found what he was seeking. The disciple then asked, "Is speaking excessively truly harmful?" The monk responded, "Many of our troubles stem from our inability to remain silent. We often feel compelled to speak, even when it is unnecessary or harmful. This leads to misunderstandings, conflicts, and wasted energy. We seldom listen to others, focusing instead on expressing our opinions and proving ourselves right. This constant chatter disrupts our peace and prevents us from experiencing the present moment fully." 3 months passed with no word from the talkative disciple. The hermitage had nearly given up hope of his return. Then one day, to everyone's surprise and joy, he returned. He was a changed man, radiating calmness and tranquility. His face exuded peace and his demeanor was serene. As soon as he arrived, the other disciples surrounded him, eager to hear about his journey. He spoke to them with a newfound gentleness and wisdom. His words were measured and meaningful, a stark contrast to his previous behavior. After conversing with his fellow disciples, he went straight to Gautam Buddha, bowed deeply and asked, "Master, am I still silent? Is my resolution still on?" The monk looked deeply into his eyes and said, "Yes, you are still silent. Not a single word has escaped your mouth in vain. Your resolution is still on." The disciple then shared his experience, saying, "When I left the hermitage, I was silent outwardly, but my mind was noisy with countless thoughts and questions. In the forest, the solitude initially amplified these inner voices. It was then I realized the harm I had caused with my words, gossiping, backbiting, and belittling others. Gradually, as I confronted these inner voices, they began to fade. I found true silence both inside and out. For the first time, I heard the world around me, the wind, the birds, the flowing water, with full consciousness. This profound peace remained unshaken, even when I spoke aloud. It was then I understood the true meaning of silence. Gautam Buddha listened and said, "The unrest within us is often caused by our excessive talking. True peace comes when we turn inward and calm our minds. The world's troubles stem from our tendency to speak without thought, to interrupt and impose our views. To conserve our energy and find inner calm, we must learn to speak only when necessary." The disciple had undergone an incredible transformation. He had learned the value of silence and the power of mindful speech. His journey was a testament to the profound changes that can occur when we commit to inner growth and self-awareness. Thank you for joining us on this extended Zen journey. If you found inspiration in this story, please support us by liking, sharing, and commenting with your thoughts or any Zen stories you'd like to hear next. For more moments of motivation and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement fuels our journey. Thank you for walking this path of wisdom and enlightenment with us.